Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today I'm once again answering some of your questions such as, is this the year that waitlists for Rolex disappear from ADs? And should you trade this Tudor for this Rolex? All that and more in today's episode. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing a Lord Elgin that my employee Alan found for me. He found it at a flea market kind of thing, and I saw it, and I decided to keep it for myself. Of course, giving him a cut. And also, guys, you may have noticed I've been gone for a little bit. Why is that? Well, I just wanted to let you know I had a little bit of a family emergency, unexpected, and I had to go back home to see my parents in Madrid. So I've been gone for 8 or 9 days. It really was unexpected. Delray was fine, obviously. We've got staff here, but the videos were lacking. I just want to apologize for that. Unfortunately, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, guys, let's get into the questions. But of course, not before shouting out a few of the new watches that just hit Delray Watch. We got a Rolex 22650 Explorer 2 Black Dial. 2022 in the best condition you'll find, under $10,000. We got a pretty rare Patek Philippe Ellipse yellow gold with the beautiful blue dial and a custom strap made by my good friend Aaron Bespoke. What a dress watch this is. And an extremely rare Grand Seiko SBGR 077 anti-magnetic model made only for the Japanese market, now in my office and available to you guys in the States. For a Grand Seiko collector, this is a really special piece. All that and way more at delraywatch.com, the best place for a watch geek to buy a watch. Link in the description below. Anyway, guys, you know the drill. These are the questions you ask me on my Instagram account at Federico Talks Watches. Few times a month, a Q&A picture pops up. You can ask your question there. When I get enough questions, I take the picture down. Please do not DM me. I do not check them. We start with T-Man Making Moves. And he said, hey, Fed, what's your favorite cigar brand and what watch would you wear as you smoke? Well, I actually really like cigars. I used to work in the cigar industry before the watch industry. But if I could smoke anything, my smoke of choice would be a Cuban Partagas D number 4. Not something super special, but one that I love. And if I want to go non-Cuban, I would go with any Maduro Nicaraguan in a Robusto size. Too many to pick. And while smoking, I'd be wearing my H. Moser of choice. That's how I would roll. JMaya003. What's your fluency level for the languages you speak? So obviously I'm fluent in English. I'm fluent in Spanish. I'm pretty fluent in Italian, though it is getting a little rustier as I speak it less. And I'm not fluent, but I do speak a basic level of modern Greek as well. Alexander Hayter. Is this the year that most Rolexes will be available at ADs without the waitlist? If so, is that good or bad? So this is an interesting question, and it's multifaceted. It's all based on my opinion. Now, this is definitely the year that Rolexes get easier to get, but the dealers are not going to make it super easy for you regardless, because even though there's going to be way more supply and a little less demand, the illusion of exclusivity is important. So while I think you'll get the phone call for the sub or whatever a lot faster than you would a year or two ago, I still think they're going to make you play games, and even though they might have it in the back, they're going to make you wait. Datejusts and OPs are going to be a lot easier. Sports models, you're still going to wait a bit, even though they're probably in stock anyway downstairs. No one wants to go from a 2-year waiting list to having it available in the boutique right away. They have to maintain the illusion. Now, I don't agree with this business model. I'm sure you guys don't agree with this business model, and a lot of you might be like, Fed, you don't know what you're talking about. Of course they're going to be hard to get. Yeah, no. I mean, yes, they will be, but it's not because they're physically unavailable. It's because they're playing the game. But regardless of the game or no game, it is going to be less of a wait time this year. I'm 99% sure. The Watchos. Should I trade a Tudor sub from the 90s plus some cash for an early 90s Rolex sub? Interesting question. So it depends what Tudor sub and how much cash. Without knowing those two things, I'm just going to assume it's a standard Tudor sub from the 90s and it's a fair deal in cash. Yes, I would trade it just based on the movement. You're going to have the Rolex 3135 movement, which is better than the standard Ettas that Tudor used back in those days. Yes, you could argue the Tudor sub is more scarce, but a Rolex is a Rolex. And if it's a fair deal and you can afford it, then I would say get that Rolex on that wrist above the Tudor, in my opinion. JMG123. Fed, what are your thoughts on buying the OG original Universal Geneve Pole Router? A good watch to purchase? Yes, an excellent watch to purchase. One of the first, or maybe even the first, micro rotor movement. Some very handsome models, an overall sturdy movement, though it's likely going to need service, and not just any watchmaker can service it, but once you get past that hurdle, I think it's a fantastic watch. Universal Geneve has a ton of history. The movement is super interesting. A lot of pole routers are large enough to be worn by most men in today's kind of watch collecting circles, and I really like it. I think the pole router was massively undervalued. You used to be able to get them for under $1,000 4 or 5 years ago. That's not going to happen anymore today, but I do think they're still massively undervalued. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. I'm very happy to be back. Thanks so much for you guys for sticking around. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Really does help. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.